Welcome back to Shooting the Ship with Rhonda and T.
What's up, y'all?
Tonight we are reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsvill Season 2, Episode 32, child. 32 episodes. How's they
But
count?
you know what? It's not. They're all wrong. Their numbers are all wrong. So when I go, it'd be different. It's more like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I'm like, how is they counting? I had to get it twice. Okay, but before we start, one more time.
Smack that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
That's what's up. Woo! Did you catch that?
Yeah. Okay, y'all.
Smash
So
the bell.
and smash that bell. Thank you. So this is the last day in Vegas, okay? What's his name? Marcel? He was like, we finna cook up these steaks. I ain't leaving all these steaks at this house. I was like, I know that's right. Them steaks look good too.
The steaks look delicious. They had steak breakfast without Lewis. Where was he at?
Lewis missed out. He was like, Lewis run his mouth. Lewis don't.
He can't come.
Yeah.
Can't say I blame him.
So Kimmy go visit Tisha while Tisha packing to go. And she says that she's surprised that Marceau didn't speak up at the chapel and did it bother her. I was like, Kimmy, why you coming there with that? I don't even know why you asked that question. You know it bothered that girl.
Yeah, it bothered her. And I don't know why you were surprised he didn't do it though, because.
Right. He told you. So she tells her, the marriage has been rocky for the past 3 years. And that's why she wanted to do the therapy. And we already know her complaints. She wants him to spend more time with her and the kids. And then Kimmy basically says that they have to come to terms with, I guess, being by themselves when you marry one of the Scotts.
Why are the Scotts any different than anybody else? And why are they all like using one brain at the same damn time? Like, I have 3 kids and they're all different people. They don't move through this world like, every decision we make is based on how we were raised. That's not how they
we're the Scotts.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, okay. So
okay. That says a lot about Kimmy and how she seems to be slowly losing Kimmy in this.
Because Kimmy sure wasn't like that. Like
this is not her.
How it is.
Not her regular stuff. No,
it's not. So she's saying moving forward, they just got to be there for each other. And I was like, you really don't want to be around this girl. Like, are you hearing what you're saying? Because you finna open up that door. You really don't want to open up because it's annoying as hell. Okay. So.
And not for nothing, if she has a closer relationship with Kyle, then let it be that. I mean, because it's okay.
Because who say because you my husband's sister-in-law, you the sister-in-law that we got to be cool. Who say
no? And if my brother-in-law divorces his wife and then brings some new chick in, that doesn't automatically mean I'm gonna have the same relationship with the new chick.
And then. Here's the thing, she probably will have a close relationship with Kyle. Like they said, they was pregnant at the same time. Their kids are growing up together at the same time. Kimmy's son is grown. So you probably will be around Kyle more because y'all more at that same.
Y'all at the same juncture, yeah.
Yeah. So we got Tiffany in the room with her husband. And she told her husband that Destiny approached her the night before, and she wants to meet up and hash out the issues between the two of them. Okay, that's all I got to say about that because whatever. I
feel like it's the exactly same thing that Kimmy and Destiny. Do you really want to do that? Because I mean, for me, it ain't really shit Tiffany could say at this point. I don't fuck with her. I'm not gonna keep on trying to make myself connect with somebody that I just don't. It's cool. You sit over here and I'll sit over there.
Right. Just don't say nothing to me.
Right.
Marcel, Martel, and Maurice. They're sitting around eating their steaks, talking about when Marcel had brought up the fact that he was depressed. And Martell said, you know what, all the shit I done been through, I'm probably depressed as well. I said, I bet he is.
Martell probably is depressed. Yeah. Marceau is on bullshit.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think he threw that out there just to throw it out there? Or do you really believe that?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's depressed. I think he might be stressed. And he's definitely unhappy in his marriage. Mm-hmm. After 15 years, I would say people go through many times where they feel like they don't know if they want to be there.
I mean, they say the first 10 is the hardest. So, you know. And then the last 15, the last 3, y'all been in the public eye, which caused a whole nother ball of issues.
And I think it also depends on what age, how old you are. Like, because if you get married young, like they was for 15 years, they're just now getting to 40. So they was in their 20s when they got married. That's a lot of life growing to go through, then to find yourself. That's why people like the Winslows, why they're so happy in their second marriage is because y'all went through all that other shit, you know, the growing pains, and you find a person when you settled in as who you are.
Now you know exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Marcel said, moving forward, he's never going to give up that much time for money. And he feels like that he's constantly behind on something every day. And he's saying something about not being able to enjoy every minute of his life. I don't understand, outside of maybe he trying to boss up because he on TV, why he feel like he had to take on so much at one time. You caused that stress yourself. You already had a hotel that you was working on. You doing houses on the 40 acres. Out the blue, you come up with the cigar bar. That's a whole lot. And you building a house at the same time. I'm like, no wonder you so damn stressed out.
And you don't want your wife to work, which honestly, if Tisha worked, she could contribute to the household, you know, even if it's just like, even if he's paying all the bills and she can be like, pay for the vacation so you don't have to worry about that, and pay for the kids, like, you know, she could contribute to the household, and it would make her a more of a whole person and more interesting. You might like her better if you let her leave the damn house and grow as a person. Besides,
you don't want her to leave a house because he out there doing other shit. And
then that's why I don't believe he's depressed. That's why
that's why you stress, because you feeling like you ain't got control over the situation like you did in the past, you know. Maurice, as an employer, you know, it's stressful anyway because he got to depend on, you know, the families that work for him. I agree with that, but then he started going into, you know, high achievers have these type of issues, and, you know, he internalized stress, and that's more of a normal thing than being unnormal. I don't know about high achievers.
I definitely don't feel like that feeling is limited to high achievers. I think, you know, you could be a regular dude with a good paying job and then shit goes left and you still got to figure out how to take care of your family.
And then there's some high achievers out there that know how to balance that shit. It's all about your balance. It ain't got nothing to do with where you at. And that's where they got it all messed up. They looking at money as,
they got Bike Week down here, which has gone on for years and years and years. And there'd be a whole bunch of folks on motorcycles. You know, what you would think of bikers as something completely different. It'd be a bunch of doctors and lawyers and businesses that come down here to be on the beach on their bike.
You got to learn how to balance that work and play.
And your kids are growing up. Like, you should probably do something with them. A vacation away with your kids,
and not come home.
Because every time I have taken my kids away from home, they come back a little bit different.
Well, we know, Maurice don't get that because, you know, every time he come home, he fussing about monster about he need to grow up. His life is finna hit you in the face, you know, not he ain't teaching him how to be a kid and just enjoy life.
No. Because what he really should do is come in the house, take off his shoes, kick off his tie, and play basketball with that kid for a minute.
Exactly.
Even if it's just a half hour.
It's crazy. That show Melanie pretty much talk about how the trip was a bust for her and how she can't be under one roof with Martell for multiple days. I'm like, duh, why would you even do it? Duh. You knew that was a bad idea.
Come on.
So it's a week later. Tiffany, she is visiting Mel at work.
Pause right there. Tiffany's visiting Mel at work. Hey, Robin, do you see the shelving? Do you see how she incorporated her office, like, and where her inventory goes? Looks like she's got a lot, and not for nothing, because it ain't my lane. God said go is a damn good slogan to have on your shit, on your hat, your mask, your all of that. Because when you look at Robin's t-shirts, they say stuff like, don't look at me like that. And
her nasty attitude. Stuff. Her nasty attitude.
Yeah.
That shows where she is in life though. So
all right.
So Mel, she was avoiding Tiffany calls, we find out. Okay. She was avoiding her calls, and Tiffany was trying to call her regarding the interns that she set up for her. And Mel said, well, you know what? I'm sorry, but I had to step away and recenter myself after Vegas trip. I was like, then pick up the phone and tell her that. Don't have me do some work for you.
Not when it's business. Just say I'm busy and I'll get in touch with you Monday. Like, it's not that serious. Crazy. You asked her to do you a favor.
And she had these people on hold. So, you talking about an internship. Man, when last time I went to school, you on a tight budget. You got so many weeks to do this internship, and I ain't got time for you to wait for you to get your shit together.
I think I did a 6-week internship.
Yeah, you have it like they be like.
I know it was at least a month.
You got to get it done before the end of this semester.
Yeah.
So many weeks in. So ain't nobody got time for you to figure it out.
And you're literally not at school. Like, your time has to be clocked. I wasn't going to school every day. I was going to a job that I didn't get paid for, but it was connected to the industry. But yeah, I know it was at least a month. It was 4 or 6 weeks where I was on an internship, and I had to clock that time to get my credits.
That was disrespectful, Mel. Do better.
Well, she caught up in nothing.
So she tells Tiffany that she is apologizing on behalf of Destiny for Destiny threatened to drag her. She didn't tell you to do that.
I want Mel to stop apologizing on behalf of people.
And then this girl said something about her dragging me and something about my hair being straight. And I said, you said that. You said in the last episode, she always referred to.
She is so focused on her hair, it's sickening.
It's with that looking like a dang on wet mop. Like, what is wrong with her? So Mel says, I am sensitive to Destiny because, I understand what she's going through a divorce. It don't seem like you being sensitive to Destiny at all. Nothing, Destiny.
Destiny going through a divorce ain't got shit to do with Tiffany and her mouth. That's why Destiny was snapping on you. Ain't got nothing to do with her divorce.
They talking about when we hurt, we lashed out on the wrong people. I'm like, no, she lashed out on her because you said some crazy stuff. It had, like you said, it had nothing to do with being hurt about LeBert or nothing else. It was about some crazy stuff.
You definitely don't lash out at strange people that you don't even know. Like, that wouldn't be the person I would lash out at.
Girl. Tiffany talking about,
Mel,
you
stop
know,
apologizing on people's behalf because I ain't sorry. So unless I said sorry, don't say I stop. You
and
sorry.
I don't think Destiny is definitely not one of those
She's not sorry.
teachers. She don't need you to speak up for her. She do that very well herself. Okay. Tiffany talking about needing to be an example for other women. I'm like, the example your ass been showing since you've been on this show is gonna get you beat up. You the last one need to talk about example. You came in tearing women down. You came in and went right down the line. Kimmy, your son was
And then she does this
in the
thing like,
bathroom. Yeah.
you know, she was making these
Doing this.
faces.
Destiny, your husband was doing that. And low key, Mel, you a baby mama. So what is you talking about setting an example?
She be saying stuff so shitty though. I mean, she got what? 4 kids. I guess she a baby mama. Like them faces she be making is
Girl.
shade.
And then she talked about, girl, she up there calling me your new bestie like I forgot about her. I'm like, Mel, it ain't about you. So stop. We not doing this because she fighting Tiffany about you. That has nothing to do with nothing. You know why she said that. So stop
I
it.
think Destiny is somebody who's one of those people that you can't be friends with my friend type of people either. That, you know, that ain't what this is, Mel.
That's not that.
Your friendship.
That's not that.
Destiny
I think Mel is like that.
When
though.
she starts talking, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. If she
Yeah.
can put her foot in it, then let her get her ass out of it. She don't need you in here speaking up on her behalf. That's what Destiny said.
Mm-mm.
She didn't call you her best friend. She called you her bodyguard.
That's what she said. Stop it.
They so irritating. Her and Martell is the same nigga.
Speaking of which, he take his son to see Lewis to introduce him to baseball. And then the light went off. I was like, that's how Lewis knew about the damn vaping. He the coach.
Right. I said that. He's the
Yeah.
one that told Tiffany. And Tiffany keeps on like, you keep throwing your own husband under the bus. At the end of the day, we have pillow talk. I talk about shit at my job. He talk about shit at his job. I don't go to the job and then be like, so such
Right,
and such said, your husband.
Right. So why little Martell over there learning how to play baseball? The guys have a sidebar conversation.
Why is he so cute? Like all their kids are so freaking
They look like a even mixture.
Let's hope their crazy ass parents don't like. Please let the grandmamas be an influence on these children.
Not that one grandmama, because she ain't doing right. The Martell grandmama. Male mom might have a little bit more sense, but at the end of the day, hell, they didn't have to sit in the house with them and they argue right in front of them kids. So
we see their arguments are
explosive, but they stuff be like.
But they be going at it like there's only hitting each other left. Where they be hollering and screaming at each other like, I can't. Somebody has to have a good head on their shoulders, and they don't. They both got to, one up the other one.
They talk about a heat of moment. Martell lost it. When like we talk about, he lost it. And Lewis, like, man, the women always want the last word. But not every response deserves an action. Like you ain't got.
I don't agree with that either.
Every time.
I don't agree that we always want the last word. We want to make sure your ass understood what the fuck we said.
We want to be heard.
Right.
That's what it is. And if I feel like you're not hearing me, I'm gonna talk to you.
Keep talking, and then Martell be saying shit that I couldn't talk to him because he comes shit. I couldn't do it. Ain't no talking.
Now, one thing I will say, he did say he tried to remove himself from it. He did that time. Last one, he did try to remove herself, and then she went right on up in there with it. But then he talking about some more lies, and I was like, no, that's you sitting up there trying to act like it ain't just you. So here come the lies on your end.
He's still lying, and you cannot convince me. Now, when she was on the ladies' first panel, she said that her kids did not know still about the other child. You can't sit up here and tell me that that big old boy and that big old girl haven't heard. In Little Bitty Huntsville, don't they go to school? Somebody at school and told them that their daddy got another baby.
Absolutely. And I don't think that they the type not to say nothing. So I think both of them lying on that tip.
Yeah, that can't be true. It just can't. And then little sassy mama, time she find out with her iPad.
He told him he need to check out anger management class. Okay, but he talking about he control his anger real well. We ain't seen that, not ever. Never. Not even not with your friends, not with
No,
me.
I was going to say, because he was going to fight Marceau one time.
He was going to fight. Oh, boy.
As soon as he said, I ain't the only one cheating. You got 20 girlfriends. I just got one girlfriend.
Fight, oh, boy, about the 40 acres. He got all up in his face. That's crazy. One thing he did say I agree with, they know how to get up on each other's skin, and they do that very well. I will agree with that. Then he talked about her having.
You know what's crazy is they use that shit. You know what I mean? They know how to get under each other's skin, and that's what they use. Like, I think we all know how to get under our partner's skin. That's the shit you avoid, though. Usually you be like, if I say this, he gonna be, on with that. So you usually avoid those things.
They like
they go straight to it. Like, you fueling the fire.
They both have unhealthy relationships, and then I think going forward, that's gonna be an issue. But whoever they end up, have to deal with that, because that's crazy. Both of them crazy when it comes to that. So he talked about her having a babysitter 4 to 5 days out the week, and she only having the kids twice a week, and that he feel like the babysitters is raising his kids, and he tell him that he wants the kids full time. And Louis like, how you think she gonna respond to that? He was like, she might say okay. And then Louis was like, she might say hell no too. Yeah, he was like, I
definitely like Louis better when Tiffany's not there. He's definitely much, like you said, he seems like a happy person. He's still annoying. I'm still on the, I don't like Louis, but I definitely like him better without Tiffany around.
I just want to say that Louis is okay long as Tiffany is not around. Cause him hanging with the dudes, like he seemed like okay. It's when he get with her and get to running his mouth, and
then they get on this high horse how they're better than everybody.
Yeah.
Now I can sit, just based on my job, I can sit and go back and forth and like people talk, and then I give somebody like my advice on something, and then in my head I'll be like, dang, that was pretty good. I guess I should follow my own advice. It don't never come from a place of because I'm better.
Because I'm better than you. You should listen to me. Because I know, because I've been through it. So I'm the expert. Maurice Kimmy meet up with Marceau and Tisha. Okay, they want to check on him since he had made the whole depression comment. So they all
Tisha is this season's MVP. She been a bad bitch everywhere she's shown up to.
Well, Kimmy looks at Tisha and said that with that hairdo that she had, she looked just like Wanda. I didn't see it, but Marceau was like, I don't ever want to wake up and look over and see Wanda laying in my bed.
Well, Marceau, you're going to wake up and see Wanda laying in your bed. And I was like, Tisha, was that shade? Like, that's...
Kimmy, that was shade.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Kimmy.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't look at her and see Wanda.
Well, I mean, she's a prettier version of Wanda. She looks like her mother, but not in the like crypt keeper kind of way.
So they talk about, rain and what it, significant of rain, because they had it rain on their wedding day. Kimmy,
that was that Black. I didn't see nobody in there but them.
There's never nobody in Black because Black ain't got no staff. Shit. So she said Marcel was there for her on her wedding day. So she want to be there for him. So she brings up about him, talked about being depressed. And his response was, he ain't gonna do nothing about it. Okay. And they want to find out, is it really stress or is it depression? Like,
that's why I said I don't think he's depressed, because then why get all your people worried then? Why would you say that and not think that people are gonna be like, you're depressed? Like, you need to do something about that. And then for you to say, I'm not gonna,
Kimmy say, she a nurse. So, she take it serious, because that's not just a word that people just throw around.
You don't say that, yeah.
And then they'll be looking at her crazy and be like, Kimmy, and now he said it, and y'all didn't try to, you a nurse, you ain't gonna try to get that boy help. So she gotta address it.
She has to address it.
He's saying, it might be stress because he's been working on this project for years, and what he want to do is wait until he finished the project to find out if he still feels that way. And if he do, then he'll know, then it's a bigger issue. So Tisha asked him, what could she do to make it better? And he said, you could listen to me more. And her response was, okay, so just shut up, just listen. Don't talk, just listen. I feel like she did that little whiny thing with him, but in the confessional, she explained herself real well. And I was like, if she would have had explained it the way she did in the confessional, then it would have came off better than her just whining. Like, quit whining when you talk to him.
But I think that's because he breaks her down to that. That's where he breaks her down to. At this point, it's real easy to say Tisha's dumb and all that stuff, because there's a lot of things that she gives you that gets on your nerves.
But that's my whole thing. She's not done. She explained her.
She's definitely not done. But her husband is breaking her spirit. And how about this, Marcel? Let her go. Let Tisha fucking go.
He's not going to do that.
Because I feel like first of all, she went to school. Like, she ain't had a chance to explore anything that she's invested in herself. Like I said before, it's some country fed ass nigga out there in Alabama, probably with some money too, that would be more than happy to keep Tisha's ass off your hands, because it's really hard to watch him treat her. Like, he just acts like he doesn't like her at all.
And that's why I want her to start speaking up to him.
Fuck Marcel. I want her to say, fuck Marcel right now and go get the rest of your life.
She will. She got to get to a point where she'll do that, because he's never going to let her go. She's going to have to walk out. And I mean, like I said, this is the ask. She been asking you. And in a minute, she gonna walk away, because
she had the audacity to say, listen more. That's all she fucking does is listen to him. No matter what she says she wants, he doesn't give a shit what she wants. It's all about what he wants. Mm-hmm. You can't stand up and say, you know what, it's been 15 wonderful years with this woman, some great, some not great. Say something. Like, everything he does is to make her feel less.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He had better dialogue with Kimmy than he did with his own wife. Because he respects Kimmy. He don't respect Tisha.
I was going to say that he respect Kimmy. Yeah.
That's unfortunate then. Did you feel that way about your person? Like, why did you pick her? Why did you pick Tisha to be your wife?
Because he picked somebody that he wanted to control.
Well, them days are over.
Well, it ain't over, because
I hope so. I hope she takes a good look at how amazing she looks this season and goes, you know what? I don't even have to do this. Mm-hmm. He got to pay
already
for it
told
anyway.
him, though.
He got to pay
for it already anyway. Told him, I will take you to the bank. And Wanda get her together. Though. Wanda been and got in her head for
take
real.
Take to the bank.
Came up with a plan.
He's not home anyway. Let his ass go somewhere, with whoever or whatever, and let him pay, the shit that he been paying. And she can go to work and, become the person that she's supposed to be.
Right. Kimmy says, Tisha says something about why you don't have a conversation with me. And Kimmy says sometimes it might be your spouse. That pissed Tisha off, and she's like, "Oh, so now you blame me on him being depressed? Here we go with the shade." I really don't think Kimmy was trying to be shady when she said it. It did come across funny, but sometimes you might be the issue. You might
Even if it's not you being the issue, it's things in the relationship that are causing the issue. And maybe if I talk to you, it's gonna hurt your feelings if I say how I really feel. So maybe you should say it to somebody else so you can fix those things rather than tell your spouse, I am miserable here. I don't want to be here.
She want to know who you confide in. Is it Maurice? Maurice like, he ain't told me shit. He said that real fast. He want to self-heal. And then
He confiding in somebody.
I believe, well, shit, it ain't working. Even if it's a side chick, it ain't working because you still walking around here talking about you stressed.
Because he's made up his mind that he's never going to get divorced no matter what.
So Tisha then explains how her aunt felt the pain in her breast and she waited. And, it spread and then she ended up passing away from, the cancer. It's the same thing. If you let that depression sit there and fester, it could kill you. So I was like, that's a good analogy. He started talking about how he grew up poor and how, I guess he didn't want to go back to that. And, Maurice, like, we grew up poor. So he was like, so I'll tell you what, let's go to therapy together so we can figure it out together because we grew up the same way. And he basically said no. So that was the end of that.
Well, you know what? If he's not open to that, he for sure isn't going to do it because I was like, that actually is a really good idea because if there's anybody he can feel comfortable to open up in front of, it should be Mo. But he said no.
He said no. So Martell meets with Melanie. They talking about Vegas. They get to arguing.
He wanted to be on a whole day. Like something, when she says something is wrong with him, something is wrong with you, bro. Like you wanted to have a whole date with her. Like,
no,
what do you want?
We ain't doing that. They argue about what happened in Vegas. They, like we already talked about them knowing each other triggers. So, they go there. She said, he has been disrespecting her for years. And she said that they almost didn't celebrate their first anniversary because he acted the fool. And I was like, so why do we continue going all them other years then, Mel?
Because it was one day. I mean, I know, like, she talking about him disrespecting her. I don't know what that means, but I feel like we as women always planning something like on anniversaries and holidays and birthdays, and then they do something stupid and fuck up the whole thing. That part is not unusual.
Yeah, but
the being disrespected part, like.
I feel like he ain't start that. I believe Martell has been like that when y'all was dating. And like that didn't just start in the last couple of years.
No, I think they thought each other was a good look. And Martell been coasting. Like Mel is the smart one. Mel has been carrying that shit. And now he sees it. He can't carry it without her. And not for nothing, if he gets full custody, then she has to pay him child support. Nigga. Try again. Try something else. Try another one.
So he started arguing about her embarrassing him in public. She like, you was embarrassing me when you couldn't keep your penis in the house.
I don't have to hear this shit ever a fucking again.
They keep revisiting.
Going back to y'all are divorced.
Argument.
We should never have this argument again. Why?
I don't even know why they go there. I don't just what do you, I wouldn't have sat down with them. That could have been a conversation.
Tell me over the phone. What do you want? What do you want to say? I'm not meeting
right. So he talking about how he wants the kids and how she has 10 different babysitters, and she verified that the people who have her kids is her mama, her brother.
See, that's why I said he wants child support, because it seemed like he trying to build a case. You talking about
Yeah,
the kids
'cause he
said on
sat
this
there
day
and
and
wrote
on that
down
day, and on
dates.
this day you had three
Yeah.
babysitters on the same day. Like he interrogates the fuck out of his kids when they come over, so he
Yep.
can find out every single thing that's going on when he's, when he's not there.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. She told him to file a petition, and that's
That's
what
what he should do.
that's what he need to do. That's that. But you know what? Y'all didn't have to meet up to say that. He could have told you that on the phone. You
And
could
when I'm sorry, when your babysitter is your mother and your brother, Martell, get the fuck out of here. Them
man,
ain't even babysitters. Them are the same people that's gonna be around anyway.
that's not babysitter.
God bless
I mean,
her
it's
for
not.
having a dope ass support system that she could leave her kids with her mother and her brother while she handles her business.
He can't. That's what that irritates him too.
Or
'Cause
maybe he should get his contractor's license or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be getting and go to work. What the hell? And it's so funny that he brought up the hair because he posted a video on his Instagram the other day of him at the beauty salon with the girls getting their hair twisted.
I mean, guys always do that. They pick out the one or two things they do. Like, I bought her school supplies. They live with me every day. I'm doing everything. Like, we're not going to sit up here and count the stuff that you do.
I remember the girl's dad would come get them and then send me pictures at work. Here she is eating breakfast. Here she is. I'm like, that's the shit I see her do every damn day. Like, I'm good. Thank you. I'm glad y'all are having waffles.
Mm-mm.
Awesome.
So that's basically how that episode went off. But this still to come episode, they showed us a flash of what's to come. They were sitting there with them babies, and that little one said she saw him going to the hotel with the girl.
How did she see that? How did she see that?
Because he took them.
To the hotel?
That's how them daddies do. They do it. I just watched that movie with Yaya, and he had his daughter with her.
Oh, it sure did.
Yeah. That's
Sure
how
did.
I know people that, especially old school dads. I know people that says, my daddy used to, I used to be in the car and he would go over his girlfriend's house. Like, that's so common for stupid dudes.
I've never been in the car for that, but I will say there's been a couple times where your mama felt like she needed to snap on a nigga. Not necessarily a nigga she was dating. Could have been a bitch. I don't know. But
you was right.
I was the rider and I was like, somebody about to get these hands.
We also see the mama's gonna get into it. Okay. Male mama told Tisha, keep your hands off of me. I was like, oh, they gonna fight.
Because Wanda.
They gonna fight. Yep.
Because Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why Wanda feels like she should be saying anything to Mel.
Because it was Wanda. It was. We ain't got to know what happened. We already know Wanda started it. Whatever it was, Wanda started it. And then, child, we see Melanie got a man and Martell's gonna lose his shit. She ain't saying nothing.
When I was sitting there and he said, you've done way worse shit than me, I'm like, see, this is stuff that makes me think he's crazy. And I got to give her a little bit of credit because she let him jaw her in a little bit, but then she was like, you know what? File a petition. I'm not doing this shit with you. He was like, what about when you went away out of town and stayed at a hotel? Where do you stay when you go out of town?
She kept going in the hotel. She was going in the hotel because she didn't want to be at the house with you because you wouldn't leave the house. That's why she kept going to the hotel.
He was like, and you stayed overnight at the hotel.
Yeah. We watched it on the show, Martell. We know that. You ain't telling nothing.
He did. She said she did.
They showed so much stuff.
Worse stuff to him. What did she do? Did she fuck Mo? Like, what did she do? It was way worse.
They showed so much stuff in that clip. I was like, we really got that many more episodes?
I know, but that man looked hot, so I can see why he was upset.
Who, the man?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen him.
Like it's certain dudes that we'll have your man feeling some type of way just based on the way they look, because they assume that because you think he look good, you think I think that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. It's crazy.
I'm here for it.
I can't wait because it looked like it's gonna be good going forward. So on that note,
Smash that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
That's what's up.
we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.